Oh, hi. How was your day? My day, very fine. I made 1 crore rupees in a single day. Check it out. If you too want to make 1 crore rupees, simply join my and see the road to riches. But you know, guys, there's a problem over here. How do I know that P&L I just saw on that screen was actually real? I mean, is there a way to know whether all of these amazing traders making all of this money and telling you their secret, is there a way to find out how this works? And I think we should explore this together. But in true de-influencing style, we look at the good and the bad because these guys won't tell you. But before we start, hit that like and subscribe. Let's start with step number 1. Imagine getting up one day and looking through finance Twitter, seeing that they've made 1 crore rupees. These unknown traders you've never heard of are making tons of money you could only dream of. But you're not even close. Your salary doesn't come close, your trading sucks, and you need a way to get out of this rabbit hole. You need a savior. This savior not only promises you great, consistent profits because he himself is doing it, he's also like a big brother/sister, looking out for you, taking care of you, helping you, and you feel you should join his community and somehow become like this person. Like any get-rich-quick scheme, whether it's the lottery, MLM, or this, the promise is always promised land. Crores of rupees in the future if you just do blah, 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 and hey, I'm here to help you. This is the problem with this entire setup. It's probably not true. So let's understand what is P&L, how P&L can be faked, what's verified P&L, and possibly how people can game verified P&L as well. So profit and loss is very simple. When you're trading, you're buying, you're selling, you buy at 100, you sell at 102, it's a 2 rupee profit multiplied by the number of shares. Do this again and again over a period of time, you'll end up with a profit or a loss. But there are a bunch of other costs as well. There is tax, there's brokerage, there is slippage, and a bunch of other things. If you add all of that as well, you get a loss. A lot of traders face this. And when you see a trader making a lot of profit, it's kind of intriguing, exciting, and the promised land feels very close by. So let's download a P&L and see how this works. All I need to do is go to any broking terminal and go to the back office and click on reports right here, and I have P&L. Now I'll choose equity combined for a date range. Let me just choose entire FY. The report will get generated and I can see that I have all these months over here, November, December, January, February, March. The greens show the days I actually made a profit. The reds show the days I made a loss. And then I can see the charges and taxes and net realized P&L and unrealized P&L. Realized P&L is once you've closed a position. If you bought and then sold and you have a net position that made a profit or loss, that's shown over here. Then there's unrealized P&L where maybe you have an open position not closed yet, and that's showing that unrealized P&L over there. That's right here. So now what I'll do is I'll download this entire Excel sheet. So I get the entire dump on Excel and I can actually see all the trades. Here it's downloading and it's opened up. Perfect. Now you'll notice I can actually enable editing and I can show this P&L report to anyone like my friends or possible customers and impress them with my amazing skills. But you see, over here, I'm not making a lot of profit. One thing I can do is actually edit this and change the realized P&L to 1 crore rupees. All I need to do is take a screenshot of this and send it across, or just send the Excel sheet to the unsuspecting customer to show him how much money I've made. But this is a little old school. Excel sheet edit karna, doesn't sound too fancy, does it? Another fancy way of doing this is to open your broker terminal, and this works with any broker. All I need to do is open the existing broking account, go to positions and see what trades I have. I can see my trade over here and you can see I'm not really making a profit. But because Chrome browser or any browser is a front end basically showing what's come from the back end, all I need to do is edit that front end. So I'm not really editing the broker here. I'm editing what the user, what I see on my browser. So I can right click, click on inspect element, click on the element I want to change, make this 1 crore rupees and hit enter. Now notice, this looks pretty real, especially if I take a screenshot and post it. But the data is still coming from the backend. So if I click anywhere else or refresh the page, that data will be gone. But the screenshot looks really impressive. This too does not work really well over the long term because people don't expect screenshots to be real. In fact, there was a time when everyone believed screenshots. I mean, screenshot is real. It looks exactly like the broking terminal. But soon people caught up. This was all finance Twitter was talking about, that the screenshot is fake. You could Photoshop it, you could get a bunch of graphic designers to change it, or you could just inspect element and change the data on the spot. The problem was not that these people are doing this for reputation. ये लोग इज्जत के लिए नहीं कर रहे थे. The problem is when someone tries to use a fake P&L to sell a dream. The dream that they are really successful and you need to pay them money to become as successful as them. Remember, that's the problem. If someone's doing this for fun and games, it wouldn't have mattered. But this can be financially injurious to users because they're just being defrauded to take money from them. It's not good. So now when I change inspect element, I can actually click around. And when I click around, new data comes from the broker and the profit's gone. So I can't really record my screen as a video and share it with them because that felt the most authentic. So there's no way to do that, right? Right? There's no way to do that. But there is. Let me show you a secret Telegram group. In this Telegram group over here, it's called Zerodha Fake App or any other broker ka fake app. And you can actually download, you pay them 200 or 300 rupees and you can actually download this app which looks exactly like the broker app. But there is a backend for you to put the buy and sell. And as soon as you've done this, you can see this example in Bank Nifty that he's done. And once he hits enter, this is what the app looks like. Look at that. It looks real. And over here, you can do screen recording. You can click around. And the position also changes. You'll notice that the price profit is actually changing. It looks exactly like the broker. Now, gullible people were looking at this and saying, it's not a screenshot. It's not an Excel sheet. It's a video. It's an actual app that he's opening. This must be true. But there was one more thought. A good friend of mine, Abid from Sensibull, last year, 2022, introduced something called Verified P&L, where you would basically connect your broking account to this app, and it would verify whether there's a profit or a loss from the broker backend and give you a link. Now, this link is not an image, it's not an Excel sheet, it's not a video, it's an actual web page. And that web page is getting data directly from the broker. And because of that, you can actually see whether there's an actual profit or loss. Now it's straight away transparent data that you can actually see. And a lot of brokers now have their own verified P&Ls. So anyone wanting to share their profit and loss, for whatever reason, there is a legitimate way to actually show a verified P&L. So basically, if you go to a broker now and you have an account, you go to the back office, click on account, go down, there's verified P&L. I can choose my full name, I can change it, I can make it masked, I can use an avatar, I can choose what I want to show. Equity, currency, futures, options, commodities. So I'll let that be. And I'll keep this 30 days. I can also see if I can keep a live P&L. So this updates every day, but I'll choose not to do that. And I'll click on save. And I have a link. Now this is what makes it interesting. There's an actual link to it. So when I go and click on the link, this opens up over here and we can see, there it is. So this is a verified P&L of this person. And this verified web page is what makes it real because this data is coming directly from the broker's backend. It's not an image, it's not an Excel sheet, it's not an app, it's not a video, it's an actual web page. Anyway, the problem over here is not fake P&L statements or a business or a book. The problem is that people are asking you to do something by baiting you with greed. So if you want to take a course, take it because you want to learn how something works, not because you'll make 1 crore in 6 months. If you want to start a small business, start that small business to learn how that business works, not to make 1 crore in 3 months. If you want to read a book because it teaches something, read a book, but not because it will make you 1 crore in a month. So don't do it for greed. Do it for knowledge, do it for increasing skill set, do it for learning something brand new and improving yourself, and you should be completely fine. Now, this is not new. There's always an old perfume in a new bottle. There may be different ways people will lure you through greed. For a short period, we had this. There may be something else in the future. And you should understand the basic patterns behind how all of this works. It used to be called snake oil salesman way back. Now it's the same thing, it just changed a little bit. If you think we're doing a good job by de-influencing some stuff people fall for, tell us what else topics we should pick up in the comments below. Share this with a friend so he also knows that this exists. If you found this useful, hit that subscribe and that like button, and see you in the next episode. Road to riches. But you know, guys, and I can choose what I want to show. Equity, I can choose what I want to show. Equity, currency, futures, options, commodities. I'll let that be.